welcome to Press Slam News, home of the Monday Night Raw Rewind and Urban Legends of Wrestling. This week's Raw was a little below average, and I don't feel like done enough to get Ryback over, or to even hype up about him and Punk's match at Hell in a Cell. Creative seems to really be struggling and in a big pickle with the whole Ryback Punk match, and I do believe that Raw showed some of that. Also, the new GM storyline finally started back up, and AJ Lee is no longer the GM of Raw. It is now Vicki Guerrero, who is a manager advisor. Some ridiculous name like that. This is just one big soap opera storyline, as it said that AJ lost her position once she was found having an affair with one of the superstars. We would later find out that AJ told him that was Cena, and they were having a relationship once being spotted on a business dinner date. All I can say is, are you serious, bro? I think that's what kind of turned me off on Raw last night, was this whole storyline, and it just seems like they're trying to find a place for Cena while he's still getting better. But in a further good exchange of news, Rhodes Scholars beat Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio to become the #1 contenders in the opening match of Raw. And in all honesty, I found myself away during this Raw. Nothing really hooked me into it to where I had to see what was happening next, especially after the very unclimactic conclusion of the whole who is Caitlyn's attacker found out. And it was Eve, and we found out after Caitlyn looked at her iPad, saw an email, took a picture, and showed it to Eve. And this is just another wow. I really don't know what to say. That just seemed like it was very unclimactic Raw. Not a whole lot going on, but there were some positives to it. We did have Gabriel beat Cesaro, which in all honesty made me kick up a little. Gabriel looked great against Cesaro last week. I honestly thought Cesaro would win this week again, but Gabriel won, and hopefully Gabriel will be on the U.S. title hunt. And something that I didn't know till later on in the night was Ryder actually jobbed to Del Rio, and I saw it watching a recap, and I didn't even know this Raw. I don't know, something about it. I wasn't really paying attention during it. Everything seems so out of place and semi-rushed. The whole general manager segment, it lasted a good bit, and we did have AJ talk about her life story and everything. Heyman came out and said that he wanted to be GM. Vince McMahon said no. Vicki came out after Vince McMahon announced that she was the new GM, manager, advisor, whatever her title is. And then AJ attacked her, and then AJ was backstage, like, within the next few segments, talking to Cena about the whole affair thing. It just seemed ridiculous yet funny in a way. Team Hell No lost both of their singles matches this week. In all honesty, Team Hell No wasn't that entertaining to me. Just something about all the segments they were in seemed rushed, and even the whole striker thing with their anger management game or whatever it was. It just seemed rushed and seemed like, I don't know, some things I was getting into on Raw, and some things I was just begging for them to be over. And as bad as I hate to say it, as much as I like Team Hell No, this was honestly one of those segments. The main event was the biggest lumberjack match on Raw ever. It was 30 superstars outside the ring, with world champion versus world champion, CM Punk versus Ryback. It was a good 20-minute match. They got through out a few times, I remember. Sheamus hit white noise on Punk. Punk was out. Sheamus got in the corner to set him up for a bro kick. Big Show come in. One arm choke slammed from the other side of the ring. Punk got the 1, 2, 3. Sheamus did bro kick. I think it was Cesaro, and I forgot who the other person was that he bro kicked, because they were interfering, and the ref was trying to get them out, and that allowed Big Show to get the choke slam on. After that, Ryback came out. I thought he was just going to dominate like all the heels, and I I was hoping for that in a way, but he hit quite a few finishers. He hit a very cool looking powerbomb on Punk, and each finisher Punk would roll out of the ring, and the Lumberjacks would throw him back in. Show ended when Ryback did a press slam to Punk on the heel Lumberjacks, and they all laid out. And this Raw wasn't very strong leading up to Hell in a Cell, I don't think. At first I thought it had been maybe just me, maybe I just wasn't into Monday Night Raw that night. But I talked to some people on the chat room that I was in, and they were even talking about how just weak it seemed going in to Hell in a Cell. And it really seems like creative is struggling. I mean, I've seen some of the Ryback versus Punk matches on YouTube from house shows and stuff, and they're not bad, and I can only imagine what it'll be on the pay-per-view atmosphere inside Hell in a Cell, to where it'll mostly probably just be Ryback dominating Punk. If they were allowed blood, you know, Punk would be real bloodied up and everything. This Raw would probably get a 2 out of 5 stars. Everybody just seemed out of place. Whenever you can make Cena seem out of place, you know something's up. If I missed something big, I'm sorry. Something about it, I just wasn't jumping into it like I usually am and jumping out of my seat. It was mostly just laying back and like, I wish this Raw was kind of over, or just I wish I could go to the main event to hopefully be redeemed by Ryback coming out there and like just dominating all the superstars. But he did dominate Punk, which is good. There's been a lot of rumors going around about how they're going to have the finish at Hell in a Cell. Of course, they can't have a DQ inside Hell in a Cell. But there was rumors saying that a bunch of superstars would interfere somehow, or maybe too many refs were knocked around and knocked out. They're trying to, from what I've read and can tell and heard, they're trying to get Cena in the main event somehow. Which, in all honesty, it wouldn't hurt nothing, because it kind of gives Ryback more star power. But if they mess up this thing, I'm pretty sure that Ryback is done for. I mean, he's on the poster of TLC, which kind of shows that they're wanting to push him a lot more and make him a big time player. But like I said though, it all comes down to the match between Punk and Ryback, and this can make or break Ryback. Hopefully Ryback will come out not on top, but over, for sure over, because I mean they can't change the title too many times before Royal Rumble, because it just breaks the Rock, it just kills whatever momentum he had going into it. Then it kills CM Punk's reign, which if Rock ends that, he'll go on. I'm not even sure. I mean, WWE is pretty much letting you know that WrestleMania 29 is about Rock versus Punk, or Rock versus Cena, as Walmart released these new sweaters and hoodies, and that's the 3 people that are on it. One top is Punk and Cena, or Punk and Rock. The bottom is Cena and The Rock, and the middle is Punk, Cena, and The Rock. And like I said, they can't break this. I don't think they should break Punk's streak. I'm glad that they're getting Ryback over. Should he have a shot at the mid cards? Because he was beating jobbers, and then he beat The Miz, and now he's in the world title picture. It seems all rushed and fast, but hopefully they're going to have something big to where they can just pull it off very nicely and not hurt anyone, just help Ryback get over. Thank you for joining us here at Press Slam News. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching on the podcast, write a review for us. Tell us how we're doing. That'll be all. Until next time, thank you.